peaking when I was doing it through pretty much the
Hit this one?
Yeah.
No sense. Welcome to the Titan Gym as Long Beach State men's basketball hits the road to face Cal State Fullerton in the 15-mile rivalry. I'm Bruce Kuntz alongside JayDe Beaudry, and you are listening to 22 West Radio, broadcasting live at 88.1 FM KKJZ HD3 Long Beach. The Beach have won 3 games in a row, including their first road win of the season on Saturday against CSUN. That was a tightly contested game that Long Beach closed out 87-80 thanks to a record-breaking performance from freshman guard Gavin Sykes. His 34 points set a new freshman program record as Sykes remains a top 10 freshman scorer in the nation. Long Beach State has moved into a 4-way tie for 3rd place in the Big West at 4-3, so a win tonight is pivotal to remain near the top of the conference. The Titans are down in 9th place at 3-5. They'll be looking to bring the Beach's momentum to a halt in front of a raucous Cal State Fullerton home crowd. JayDe, these are a couple of teams that completely cleaned house in the offseason, but have high hopes midway through conference play.
Well, you said it best, Bruce. Since the calendar turned to 2026, Long Beach State have emerged as the hottest team in the Big West, winning 4 of their last 5 with an air of confidence that this program has been searching for under Chris Acker. Gavin Sykes has grabbed the headlines, but a change at the point guard position has also turned heads, as Rob Diaz has brought new life to the offense alongside Petar Mastorovic, who has hit a purple shooting patch, putting up the best performances of his Long Beach State career over the past 2 weeks. Tonight, the team that has ripped off 3 straight wins will face off against the highest scoring offense in the conference, but throughout the season, Bruce, Cal State Fullerton has struggled to find consistency.
You see that 85.1 points per game for the Titans, and you wonder how they're 8-12 overall. It's because they give up a lot of points, too. 84.8 allowed by their opponents this season. The Titans will look to Joshua Ward, a senior transferred in from Palm Beach Atlantic, and is leading the team in scoring 14.2 per game. So look for Ward against Sykes in the backcourt as the scoring face-off tonight.
Also look for Jefferson De La Cruz Monegro with 13.1 points per game. The Valparaiso transfer is having himself a season. Was able to drag his team last year into the Missouri Valley Conference semifinals, and he's looking to put the team on his back again tonight. The 15-mile rivalry, always an occasion, Bruce. We've got quite the crowd on hand here.
4 different scorers for the Titans with at least 12 points per game. They're out at center court ready for tip-off. The Titans in all gray home uniforms, the Beach in all black. Center court tip-off is up in the air, and Leopold Levelon wins it for the Beach. Their starting point guard again is Rob Diaz. He's in the backcourt, takes across the half-court stripe, gives to Petar Mastorovic on the right wing. He hands off to Farrell. Pass up top for Levelon. He's square to the basket, guarded by De Luna. Now he goes over to the left wing. Bounce pass from Diaz to Sykes in the corner. Sykes squares up to the basket. Couple jab steps. Now puts it on the floor with 1 dribble. Passes up to Diaz. 10 to shoot. Diaz picks up his dribble, gives to Mastorovic straight at the top of the key. Mastorovic looks towards the basket, drives with his left hand onto the block, spin move, and he lost it, then grabs it back. 1 to shoot, he doesn't get it away, and it's going to be a shot clock violation. Nice stuffing defense from the Titans to open the game.
Davis White and Christian Williams causing all kinds of problems around the perimeter. The Beach simply could not penetrate, and Petar Mastorovic could not get a shot to beat the shot clock.
The Beach in a full court press. Inbound pass goes to Christian Williams. The true freshman guard dribbles across as the Beach backed out of the press. Handoff up at the top goes to Davis White. Now handed off to Ward. He goes back to the left wing. Jab step from Williams. Passes up to the high post. De La Cruz Monegro takes a jumper and gets it to go. It's a 2-point jump shot from the senior, and the Titans are up to a 2-0 lead.
De La Cruz Monegro comes off the elevator screen, just beats Mastorovic to the block and elevates before the big can get a hand up.
Farrell on the right wing. Passes up to the top. Levelon now throws it into the post, but it's stolen. Nice job to get up there. De La Cruz Monegro takes it across, 2-on-3, drives right to the block, goes up, strong off the glass, and finishes. Jefferson De La Cruz Monegro has all 4 points to start the scoring for the Titans.
And it's 2 possessions, 2 turnovers for the Beach. They've yet to get going on offense.
Cole Farrell, right wing, passes up to the top for Levelon. Same offensive set so far. Now a handoff goes to Rob Diaz on the left wing. Diaz dribbling with the right, moves inside the 3-point line. Now passes over to the left wing for Sykes. Sykes gets a screen on the right side, moves left, now takes a mid-range jumper, falling away. It hits the front of the rim hard and doesn't fall. Rebound goes to Joshua Ward. He moves across fast, passes to the corner, jab step from Williams, passes back up to the wing. Up top, Kendrick De Luna, the only returner for the Titans, now passes off to Joshua Ward. Right wing Ward passes to the left side. Williams takes the triple, no good off the left side of the rim, and there's going to be a foul called underneath. Looks like it'll go against Kendrick De Luna, the junior forward for the Titans, so the Beach get the ball back.
Yeah, Petar Mastorovic is going to have a long night tonight. Fullerton are harassing him on the offensive and defensive end. That time as he goes up for the rebound, Kendrick De Luna is just kind of pulling on his jersey, letting him know he's there. First foul called against the Titans. It gives the Beach a chance to get their first points on the board here, trailing 4-0.
Packed out student section. Just about 2 minutes into the first half here. Up at the top, Leopold Levelon gives to the left wing. Now going into the post. Here's Mastorovic, drop step, and he gets it to go. laying strong off the glass. A good spin move on the block for Majstorovic to create some space. Other side, De La Cruz Montenegro goes over to the left wing. Williams moves around a screen, picks up his dribble, goes into the post for De Luna. Back to the basket, working on Rob Diaz. 6'10 De Luna passes back out to the wing. Here's a wide open triple for Davis White. No good. Offensive rebound, De Luna. One dribble, goes up strong again, and gets this one to fall right in front of the student section. The Titans have some energy in the gym early, and it's 6-2, Cal State Fullerton.
De Luna, 6'10", 230, throwing his weight around down there on the block.
Cole Farrell on the right wing. Screen from Majstorovic. Pass up top for Levelon. He goes into the post, and it's picked off again. Joshua Ward with his second steal already on that play. Tries to go coast to coast. Throws up a right-handed floater and gets it to go right through the contest of Leopold Levelon after his turnover. It's 8-2 Titans.
And Long Beach State just trying to float the pass down low to Petar Majstorovic. Has not worked twice now. They need to switch it up offensively.
Majstorovic up at the top, looking at Gavin Sykes, but White denies the pass. Levelon gets it instead. One dribble, gives off to Diaz. Rob Diaz up at the top of the key. Pass over to Farrell. Wide open triple from the wing. It rattles out. Goes out of bounds. Tipped last by Leopold Levelon. So the Titans will get the ball back. 16:47 to go in the first half. 8-2 Cal State Fullerton.
And without a doubt, the most raucous crowd Long Beach State has played in front of this season, and starting to give them some problems on the offensive end. We see the communication starting to break down, and Chris Acker makes an early change. Into the game comes Shea Johnson Jr. looking to add some more size down low against DeLuna. Out goes the freshman, Leopold Levelon.
It's Christian Williams, the true freshman, taking the ball across again. Hands off up at the top to Davis White. Goes to Ward, back to the left side for Williams. Williams finds a high post. De La Cruz Montenegro takes another shot, no good. Off the front iron that time. Rob Diaz has the rebound, takes it across himself. Moves in a spin move into the key and lays it up and in. What a quick move from Rob Diaz to get some space. 8-4 Titans. They move fast on the other end again. Joshua Ward moves inside the three-point line, passes up to the top for Williams. Right back, Ward takes the three from the right wing, no good. And Rob Diaz has another rebound for the Beach.
Rob Diaz, a pass-first guard, loves to get out quick in transition. Look for him to go here.
Rob Diaz around a screen, passes to the corner for Farrell. He crosses over, driving baseline. Now goes back to the basket, moving into the middle of the key. Passes back out to the wing. Majstorovic, three, no good. Almost wedgied into the side of the backboard. De Luna has the rebound for the Titans. Still a 4-point lead for Cal State Fullerton. Other side, White in the left corner. Passes up to the top. De Luna, couple of dribbles, looking for a handoff. Goes to the corner. Here's a three from Williams. No good off the back iron. Elevating for the rebound. Shea Johnson Jr. now comes down hard, and they'll call a foul against Davis White on the offensive glass. Beach will get the ball after the media timeout.
The 6'5" Davis White just got under Shea Johnson Jr., got in his landing area. It's been a frantic start to this one for Long Beach State. Down by 4. They've yet to calm down and settle into this atmosphere. A very hard thing to do in the 15-mile rivalry, something this team is certainly capable of.
8-4 Cal State Fullerton. Just over 4 minutes into the game, we hit the first media timeout on 22 West Radio. Cal State Fullerton ahead 8-4, just about 4 minutes into the game. JD, it's been a frantic pace already, which is what the Titans want.
Yeah, no surprise for the highest scoring offense in the conference that they come out guns blazing. Long Beach State looking to match that intensity, though. We've tried to see them match the pace so far. Too little success. Those entry passes over the top to Petr Mastorovic in the half-court sets, leading to turnovers and transition opportunities. Cal State Fullerton would love to see this game turn into a barn burner. Long Beach State, we've seen them have success in all three phases of the game, slowing it down, speeding it up, playing it at their pace. This is going to be a battle for control of how this game is played throughout the rest of this first half.
Cal State Fullerton pressing just right around the half-court line as we come out of the timeout. It's Rob Diaz with the ball for Long Beach State. He takes across with some pressure from Williams at the half-court line. Left wing handoff goes to Farrell. Off-ball screen from Mastorovic. He goes to the post, and Rob Diaz gets it back at the top of the key. Passes Shea Johnson Jr. on the right side. Dribbles a couple of times. Now looking for a pass. Mastorovic getting open in the post. Bounce pass goes there. He drives baseline, splits a couple defenders, and then lost the ball. It's a steal for Williams. The Titans have the ball back. 4-point lead. Ward on the left wing. Looks into the post. Lobs it in there for Seaman. Seaman spin move. Drives baseline, but he stepped out of bounds. Good pressure from Shea Johnson Jr. Forces a turnover.
First development of the night for the 6'8", 220 graduate forward Landon Seaman working against Shea Johnson Jr. And Johnson Jr. throwing his weight around down in the post. He's able to force a turnover, and here come the Beach back on offense.
4-point deficit. Titans ahead 8-4. 15 minutes to go in the first half. Rob Diaz just in front of the half-court line. Passes Gavin Sykes up at the top. He spins it over towards Shea Johnson Jr. Shea Johnson guarded by Seaman. Hands back to Sykes. Sykes crosses over top of the key. Now passes the corner for Farrell. Just saved it before it went out of bounds. Farrell now puts the ball on the floor. Drives onto the right block. Passes back to the top. Mastorovic drives in. Gets it stripped again. It's the third steal already for Ward. He goes coast to coast and lays it up and in. Joshua Ward making an impact on the defensive end. He's got 3 steals, and the Titans are ahead 10-4.
The turnovers are piling up for the Beach. That's number 5 now on the offensive end.
Right wing Cole Farrell up to the top for Shea Johnson. He hands off to Rob Diaz. Moves around the screen. Diaz getting doubled. Now picks up his dribble. Passes up to the top, and it's a double dribble against Rob Diaz. As I said that he picked it up, he put the ball on the floor one more time. So it's a turnover as Long Beach has not settled into their usual rhythm.
And now a triple change coming for Chris Acker. Not satisfied with the men on the floor right now. In comes Dallas Washington, Isaiah Lewis, Shaquille Bender to try to shore up the defense and close this 6-point deficit.
Williams dribbles across quickly. Handoff at the top. Seaman gives off to Cofield. Cofield spinning into the key. Passes back over to the left side. De La Cruz Monegro now goes back to the basket on Gavin Sykes on the left block. Steps into the key. Puts it up and gets a foul. It'll be a couple of free throws as he forced some contact. It's the first personal against Gavin Sykes, the Beach's leading scorer.
Gavin Sykes coming off that record-breaking performance. 34 points against Cal State Northridge. 22 of those points coming from the free throw line. He was able to get to the rim at will against the Matadors, and tonight he'll want to stay out of foul trouble as Fullerton are a decent free throw shooting team from top to bottom.
Jefferson De La Cruz Monegro steps up now. He's a 88% free throw shooter on the season, their second leading scorer, just over 13 points per game. First free throw good from De La Cruz Monegro.
De La Cruz Monegro brought in by Dedrick Taylor because, as Coach Taylor put it, he is battle-tested. Spent 2 years at Western Michigan before transferring to Valparaiso. As I mentioned in the open, leading that team the semifinals in the Missouri Valley Conference last season, and so far he started all 20 games for the Titans.
Number 21 tonight for Cal State Fullerton. Second free throw up and hit a couple times on the rim, but then fell. So he goes 2 for 2 on that trip to the line. 12-4, the Titans ahead. Isaiah Lewis running the point now for Long Beach State, was the starter there to begin the season for Rob Diaz supplanted him. Over on the left wing, got a screen, now getting doubled up near the half-court line. Picks up his dribble, steps through, gets a pass away to Bender. Bender on the left wing, now looking around as Fullerton scrambles back into their defense. Bender tried to put up a 3, and it's blocked by Joshua Ward. Here go the Titans onto the other end, moving fast again. Pass up to the top for Cofield. He crosses over, drives onto the left block, pass to the corner. Here's a 3 from Ward, and he's falling out of bounds. He gets it to go. Joshua Ward is taking over this game early. Hits 15-4 Titans.
Chris Acker is searching for answers on the sideline as he smacks the scorer's table.
Bender, pass to Washington, gets tipped. They're falling out of bounds. It is going to stay with Long Beach State. That time it was Jefferson De La Cruz Monegro who tipped the pass back to Dallas Washington. Long Beach State definitely plays a slower pace offensively, but they haven't been able to adjust to the Titans' energy here early.
And the only starter on the floor right now, about 6.5 minutes into this game, is Gavin Sykes. Beach have not been able to slow down the pace of this game. Fullerton are speeding them up on the offensive end, and so far it's working for the Titans, their largest lead of the night.
11-point lead for Cal State Fullerton. Gavin Sykes gets a handoff from Shea Johnson Jr. Top of the key, Sykes takes a straightaway triple and gets it to fall. Gavin Sykes puts the crowd to a quieter zone than they have been. 15-7 up at the top. Seaman goes to the corner, driving baseline. Williams now gets a foul. That'll be a block against Isaiah Lewis for his first personal.
And Long Beach are going to use whatever opportunities they can to take a breather. Shea Johnson Jr. is on the floor right now calling for a sub because Fullerton have just been running and running and running to start this one. This high-scoring offense, this high-tempo offense plays the best when they're able to feed off their home crowd, and they're certainly doing that to start this first half.
Even after that Gavin Sykes 3, Fullerton got the ball down the floor as quick as they could. Inbound pass from the baseline all the way into the backcourt for Seaman. He takes it across himself. The forward Seaman up at the top, dribbling, now passes over to the wing. Here's a 3 from Taylor Cruz Monegro, no good, too strong off the back iron. Shea Johnson Jr. rebound for the Beach, goes to Isaiah Lewis. Lewis takes across, dribbles through the legs, screen up top, moving to his left. Lewis picks up his dribble, passes the wing from Pender, goes right back up at the top of the key for Lewis. He's going to take a straight-on triple, no good off the right side of the rim. Long rebound though, Shea Johnson falling out of bounds, tosses it back in through the hands of Lewis, but he's got it now in the backcourt. So it's a second chance for the Beach, a nice effort. Offensive rebound from Shea Johnson as he's absolutely gassed at the top of the key. Bender in the left corner takes a long 2, is trying to get a foul there, but didn't get it and misses the shot. Rebound goes to Williams. They get out an outlet to Cofield. Right back to Williams, couple of true freshman guards. Williams on the right wing now passes the Ward up top. Goes off to Seaman. Now it's over to De La Cruz Monegro. Moves around a screen. Passes over to Ward on the block. He steps through, puts up a floater. It's blocked, but that'll be goaltending against Shea Johnson Jr. Ward was driving in from the wing, threw up a floater, and then had some words for Shea Johnson Jr. after the goaltend was called. It's 17-7 Titans, and the Beach get the ball back.
Yeah, it's getting spicy here in Titans territory. Long Beach State still off the pace of this first half, down by 10, looking for more of a response now is Chris Akers. He puts Rob Diaz back in the game to run the point.
Leopold Levelon also back in for the Beach in the front court. Rob Diaz takes across the half-court line. 10-point lead for the Titans. 12 minutes left in the first half. Rob Diaz pushes off, finds Washington rolling to the top. He drives onto the block, picks up his dribble, getting doubled. Now passes over to the corner. Driving in Farrell. Goes right into the key, puts up a fadeaway jumper. No good off the back iron. Rebound comes out for Joshua Ward. He's going to take it across himself. Leading scorer for the Titans. Drives into the key, puts it up, but he's called for a travel. Had the pivot step move as he tried to go for a jump stop in the painted area. So it'll be a turnover for the Titans, and we hit the sub-12 media timeout. Still 17-7, Cal State Fullerton.
And that last play is what Long Beach State needs to do less of, and that's let Joshua Ward really run the open floor. He had a clear lane to the basket, just kind of got clogged up near the top of the key. But so far tonight, Cal State Fullerton have had their way with the Beach through 8 minutes. It's not looking good for Chris Akers' team as this huddle needs to be a serious one with Long Beach State down 18-7.
What a game it's been so far for Joshua Ward. 7 points, 2 rebounds, 3 steals, and 1 block. Already, we're just over 8 minutes into the game. 17-7, Cal State Fullerton in the sub-12 on 22 West Radio. Immediate timeout, just over 12 minutes into the game. It's 17-7, Cal State Fullerton. JayDe, Long Beach just got their first road win of the entire season against CSUN on Saturday. This is a team that Chris Akers talked about in post-game press conferences, that they've been trying to find that regular rhythm and just be able to play their game on the road. Looks like this environment is getting to them early.
Yeah, and there is so much happening in this gym right now. Not only is it rivalry night, there's the cheerleaders on both ends of the floor. Both student sections are packed out. This crowd came ready for rivalry night, trying to snap a streak where the away team has won the last 5 games in this matchup. So far, Long Beach State have not been able to put the distractions aside, and it's really starting to show on both ends of the floor.
Cal State Fullerton went 1-19 in conference play last year. The Beach were not much better at 3-17. So these are a couple of teams that are trying to make big turnarounds in this season. Long Beach currently tied for 3rd in the conference at 4-3. Cal State Fullerton in 9th, but at 3-5, they're still certainly within striking distance to get back up the standings. Rob Diaz with the ball for Long Beach State. They have possession coming out of the timeout. 17-7, Cal State Fullerton ahead. Diaz at the top, gives off to Gavin Sykes. Guarded closely by Cofield. Screen at the top. Sykes still with the ball on the left wing. Crossover through the legs. Another screen from Levelon. Moving to his left. Sykes now into the corner. Getting doubled. Passes back to Diaz up at the top. 10 to shoot for the Beach. Jab step. Screen. Diaz straight away 3. And he's got a foul. Had the landing area taken out by the junior Bailey Nunn. It'll be 3 free throws for Rob Diaz.
Yeah, Bailey Nunn, the Sacramento State transfer, gets in Rob Diaz's landing space, and the points have to come from somewhere for Long Beach State. And the best possible way to do that is knock down these free ones at the free throw line. Rob Diaz about to step up, and everybody on the floor for the Beach right now, hands on hips, just trying to catch their breath.
Rob Diaz, an 82% free throw shooter on the season. Transferred in from Cal Poly Humboldt, first year with the Beach. First free throw up and good. Made his first start of the season against Lincoln back on December 30th and has remained in the starting lineup ever since. He's really made a big impact in this Beach turnaround. They've won 3 straight games and 4 of their last 5. Diaz makes the second.
20 points on his birthday against Cal State Bakersfield, 18 points last time out against CSUN. Rob Diaz, a guy who thrives in transition, always looks to pass first, but he can put up points when he's asked. Looking for another clutch free throw here.
Left-handed shooting point guard goes 3 for 3 on this trip to the free throw line. Big 3 points there for the Beach as they're within 7. Ward takes across, gives to Cofield. Now up at the top, DeLuna dribbling twice, handing off to Henderson. Back over to Cofield. He tried to pass back to Henderson, and Henderson was driving. So it's a turnover for the Titans. The pass from Cofield floats right out of bounds. It's the first real mistake that we've seen from the Titans on the offensive end.
And now the Beach need to capitalize. Down 17-10, how do you respond?
Rob Diaz handling the ball. Leopold Levelon for space at the top. Diaz on the right wing. Dribbling as he's defended by Nunn. Diaz now crosses over. Still on the right wing. Now moves up to the top of the key. Picks up his dribble. Needs to get a pass away here. Hands off to Levelon and then gets it right back. 7 to shoot now. Diaz working around a screen from Levelon. Getting doubled. Now passes over to the left side. Farrell takes a 3. It rattles out. Whistle blew as the shot clock expired, but they'll keep play going. Henderson, the graduate student on the left wing, passes up to the top. Goes over to Ward on the right side now. Ward back up top for DeLuna. Only returner for the Titans, gives off. Cofield, 1 dribble, then hands back to Henderson. Henderson, long 2 from the top of the key. He gets it to go. Nothing but nylon for Jaden Henderson's first points. It's back to a 9-point lead for the Titans.
Yeah, Henderson at the free throw line, right above the outstretched arm for Leopold Levelon.
Right wing, Gavin Sykes up to the top for Levelon. He gives off to Diaz. Rob Diaz moves around the screen. Guarded now by the 6'10" DeLuna. Now passes to Sykes on the right side. Sykes looking into the post, gets the Levelon. Height advantage over Ward. Back to the basket on the right block. Pump step. Now moves through and lays it up and in. Good move. Couple of spins from Leopold Levelon before he got the layup to go. 7-point lead for the Titans. Other side, Nunn on the left wing. Passes to DeLuna, top of the key. Couple dribbles, he gives off to Henderson, moves around the screen, passes back to Nunn. Nunn over to Henderson, right wing 3-pointer is nothing but net. Back-to-back possessions down the floor, and in buckets for Jaden Henderson.
And Long Beach State that time chose to double the top of the key. They left Henderson wide open on the wing and was not going to make a mistake. Fullerton continue to pad their lead, up by 10.
Under 10 minutes left in the first half. Now a foul called against the Titans as Rob Diaz was driving towards the basket. It's 22-12. Cal State Fullerton ahead by 10 as they'll bring 4 fresh bodies off the bench. And Landon Seaman checking in for the Titans. Also Christian Williams, the point guard, back off the bench. Davis White into the backcourt.
And production from the bench is going to be something to watch tonight. As Fullerton has struggled for consistency this year, they've also looked for the bench to step up, and time again, it has not happened.
Jefferson, De La Cruz, Monegro on the floor as well, the final sub. Gavin Sykes takes a floater down the lane and gets it to fall. Nice finish from Gavin Sykes as it was another somewhat broken possession for the Beach that Sykes is able to get 2 points out of. 8-point lead for Cal State Fullerton, 22-14, 9 minutes left in the first half. Up at the top of the key, Seaman takes a straight-on triple, no good, high off the back iron, and then Rob Diaz elevated for the rebound. They're going to call a foul, and it looks like this is going to go against Long Beach State. I think it's against Rob Diaz as he flew in there for the rebound. It was Petar Mastorovic who went to the ground, but it's Cal State Fullerton who gets the foul call to go against the Beach. 22-14, Titans keep the ball from the baseline with a fresh 20 on the shot clock.
Titans go into a box set off the inbound, rolling to the right.
Ward inbounding, goes to the corner, 1 dribble, and then a long 2 from Williams as he's fading out of bounds, gets it to fall. Good jump shooting from the Titans already in this game. They're now 10 for 17 from the field. Rob Diaz takes a cross back to a 10-point deficit between Long Beach State in Cal State Fullerton. Petar Majstorovic gets a pass on the right wing. Picks up his dribble, looking at Gavin Sykes. Now throws it in to the short corner on the right side. Sykes squares up to the basket. Step back, takes a three. No good off the front of the rim. That was a difficult shot that Sykes couldn't knock down. Joshua Ward takes a cross, one-on-one, straight into the key, lays it up and in. Another quick finish on the other end from Joshua Ward. He's all the way up to 11 points now as it's a 12-point lead for the Titans.
And Joshua Ward, only 3 games this season where he scored less than 10. He's already got double figures in this first half.
Now it's another steal for Joshua Ward as the bounce pass tried to find Sykes. Lob, and Seaman cannot finish, but then Ward gets it back, misses again, gets his own offensive rebound. Pass up to the top for White. Now goes over to the right wing. Up top, Seaman straight on three-pointer, no good, almost wedgied. So after they couldn't convert the lob, that would have blown the top off this Titan gym. Rob Diaz with the ball for Long Beach State, 12-point lead for the Titans. Diaz picks up his dribble, goes to Levelon up top. Levelon one dribble, hands off to Gavin Sykes, but gets it stripped. It's going to be another steal for the Titans. It was Seaman that poked that one loose. Pass down low. Williams lays it up and in. The Titans are keeping their frantic pace going, and Long Beach State is going to call timeout. It's 28-14, Cal State Fullerton.
The story of this first half is turnovers, and the way the Titans have been able to force them in so many different ways around the perimeter. 8 turnovers now for Long Beach State, and Cal State Fullerton have capitalized. They're dominating nearly every statistical category, and the eye test simply does not lie. This game is getting away from Long Beach State fast here in the first half.
Chris Acker calls timeout to try and stop the momentum going all in the Titans' direction so far. 28-14, Cal State Fullerton, 7 minutes and 34 seconds before halftime on 22 West Radio. (28-14), the Cal State Fullerton lead. They've jumped all over Long Beach State through the first part of this game. 7 minutes and 34 seconds to go before halftime, and the Beach are scrambling to find an answer.
Yeah, Cal State Fullerton have pounced on the Beach in this first half, then trounced them in transition. 12 points off a turnover so far for the Titans, and 10 points off the fast break. Usually that's Long Beach State's strength, getting the ball quick in transition and also getting paint touches. Fullerton has denied Long Beach State anything inside the key, and that's really forced the Beach to try to find a different way to get possessions and get buckets to fall that they have not been able to find so far.
Petar Majstorovic only with 2 points, the Beach's second leading scorer through almost 13 minutes of action. Isaiah Lewis back into the game to run the point for Long Beach State. He's up at the top of the key, passes the right wing for Cole Farrell. Farrell guarded by Davis White. Pushes off a little bit, crossover through the legs. Now picks up his dribble, goes into the post for Levelon, but he got it poked loose and gets a foul call. This one will go, I believe, against Landon Seaman as he was the defender against Leopold Levelon. So the Titans thought they had another turnover, would have been Long Beach's 9th. But instead, the Beach will get a fresh 20 on the shot clock. Isaiah Lewis was going to inbound. Now Gavin Sykes steps onto the baseline to take it.
Fullerton have been willing to concede the fouls here through the first half, but now they're just one away from putting the Beach in the bonus.
Sykes goes to the corner for Lewis. Up to Levelon, now to Dallas Washington. To the left wing for Gavin Sykes. Sykes passes up to the top of the key for Farrell. Screen on the right side. Farrell moves around it. Now passes to Sykes on the left side. He takes a triple through a contest. No good. Dallas Washington almost tried to follow for a putback dunk, but it went over the top of his head. Taylor Cruz Monegro on the other end passes out to Williams on the wing. He steps through and gets called for a travel as he was driving. Tried to kick back out to Davis White on the wing, but instead it's another turnover for Cal State Fullerton. Still a 14-point lead, under 7 minutes to go in the first half.
Unforced errors on both ends of the floor for Fullerton. Long Beach State needs to capitalize here. Crunch time now, less than 7 to go in the first half.
Isaiah Lewis at the top of the key gives off to the left wing for Gavin Sykes. Nopal Levelon deep to screen. Now Sykes moves on to the right wing, still guarded by Davis White. Getting hounded up at the half-court line. Now Sykes passes off to Washington. To the corner for Lewis. Isaiah Lewis looking up to the top. Gives to Levelon. 7 to shoot. Levelon drives, then passes as he almost lost the ball. Washington underneath. Gets blocked. Gets his own rebound. Couldn't finish the dunk. It's offensive rebound for Farrell. He goes up and gets blocked again. Washington comes away, and a foul will be called against Jaden Henderson. This is some frantic defense in the paint. The Titans are just keeping the pedal on the floor. Must have been 3 different blocks in that sequence as Long Beach just couldn't get the ball up. Dallas Washington also missed a dunk.
It's tenacious from the Titans on the defensive end, and Dedrick Taylor coming into this season said he wanted to build a culture of winners, and a culture of winners that's also built on a foundation of grit. Titans are showing that off so far in this first half.
Isaiah Lewis inbounding from the baseline, 20 on the shot clock. Inbound goes to Dallas Washington up at the top of the key. He passes over to the right side for Lewis. Lewis, jab step, dribbling with the left hand on the right wing. Crossover, screen on the left side. He goes right, driving baseline, passes off to Farrell on the left block. Back up to the top. Washington, jab step. Now he drives onto the block, steps through 3, lays it up, no good. Almost a great athletic finish, but instead, as Ward came away with the rebound, Washington was still sprawled on the ground and gets called for a foul as he tried to reach up. So Long Beach just can't get anything going on offense. These are some disjointed sets. Another one there that the Beach couldn't get a miraculous bucket from Dallas Washington to save them.
And it's all happening around the perimeter. On the bench right now, Chris Acker talking to Petar Mastorovic and Shaq Bender. You can imagine we're going to see them again before the end of this first half, and they're going to need to provide some kind of spark here for Long Beach.
Joshua Ward driving, jump stop on the block. Now goes back up to the top. Straight on 3 from Seaman. No good off the back iron. Rebound goes to Cole Farrell. 28-14 Titans. 5 minutes and 40 seconds to go in the half. Crossing over, Farrell now back to the basket. Up top goes to Dallas Washington. Washington passes over to the right wing for Lewis. Passes off to Shea Johnson to the left side. Farrell drives inside the 3-point line. Crossover through the legs. Crossover again into the key. Lays it up off the glass and gets it to fall. Strong finish from Cole Farrell. Long Beach back within 12. Other end, here's Henderson on the right wing. Passes up to the top for De La Cruz Monegro. Monegro dribbles. Now picks up his dribble up at the top, gives off to Seaman. Landon Seaman passes to Davis White. White back to Henderson, now to Seaman in the post. One dribble, goes up and gets called for a travel. That's the 3rd one of the half against the Titans, all within the last few minutes of play. We'll have Petar Mastorovic coming back into the game for Long Beach State. Dallas Washington heads out.
And that last bucket from Cole Farrell down low broke a 3.5-minute scoring drought for the Beach, looking for a run over these final 5 minutes to drag themselves back into this first half.
Just eclipsed 5 minutes to go until halftime. Cole Farrell on the left wing. Passes up to the top for Shea Johnson. He goes to Lewis on the right wing. Isaiah Lewis running the point for the Beach. Looking at Mastorovic, fighting for space in the post. Instead, the pass goes to Farrell up top. Screen on the left side. Moves around it. Getting doubled. Passes off to Lewis. Pass went through his hands. He tracks it down before it goes out of bounds. 7 to shoot. Lewis moves around to screen. Dribbling on the right wing. Hesitates, passes up top. Shea Johnson Jr. is taking a 3 hard off the back iron. No good. Rebound comes down for Joshua Ward. That is not the possession Long Beach State wants there. De La Cruz Monegro drives into the key, throws up a floater and got it to go. A hook as he went to the ground through a tight contest from Sykes. Isaiah Lewis fast on the other end on the block, passes the corner for Sykes. He drives with the left hand, spin move onto the block, lays it up and in, plus a foul. What a finish from Gavin Sykes as he'll have a chance for 3.
A spin move as Gavin Sykes gets down to the block, but the Titans are still, Bruce, the first to 30 here. It's 30-18 in this first half. Gavin Sykes has been kept relatively quiet as well, forced into a lot of bad shots, even by his own definition. 7 points so far. He's now 3 of 6 from the field.
That possession right there for Sykes with an and one chance was the first time all night that we've seen the Beach respond with some pace of their own, coming down the floor quickly, and it works out for Sykes. He's at the free throw line for the first time tonight, 82% on the season. His free throw up and good, so it's a successful 3-point play for Gavin Sykes. Titans move fast. They're up by 11. Pass to the left side. Williams goes to the corner. Is it 3 for Henderson? He responds with 3 points of his own. The Titans get it right back. They're out ahead 33-19, back to a 14-point lead.
Henderson brought in for his shooting, 3 for 3 tonight, 2 of 2 from beyond the arc.
Masturovich gives to Shea Johnson, now to the left wing for Isaiah Lewis. Lewis goes on a bounce into the post. Cole Farrell back to the basket, finds Sykes rolling to the top. He throws up a floater, gets a foul again, and gets it to fall again. Gavin Sykes will have a chance for back-to-back 3-point plays as he'll go to the line again.
And Gavin Sykes starting to talk his talk on the offensive end. Able to put the shoulder down, absorb the contact, and find the finish. If someone's going to step up, it might as well be the freshman who's done it all already this season. Long Beach down by 12, 33-21.
At the final media timeout of the half before Gavin Sykes takes his free throw. It's a 12-point lead for Cal State Fullerton as they've been in control of this first half so far.
And it's really no surprise that Cal State Fullerton have come out with such fire in their belly, Bruce. We talk about the atmosphere as the dance team's ready to put on another routine here during the timeout. You mentioned this is the team that went 1-19 last year in the Big West. Best for dead last in the conference. They only picked up one conference win, and that was against Long Beach State in the gold mine. They finished the season on a 12-game losing streak, but in the offseason, Dedrick Taylor went to work. He retooled this entire roster, and this is a program under Taylor that has seen so much success. They made 6 of the last 8 Big West championships. They made back-to-back trips to the championship game in 2021 and 2022, and Taylor decided to clean house, really, and bring in what he called a culture of winners. Now, exactly what does that mean? That means recruiting guys out of high school who have won championships, guys from programs across the Division I landscape who have won games and taken their teams far in the postseason, recruiting players with veteran leadership experience and a type of tenacity that you can only find sometimes only at the mid-major level. So far, Taylor has to be happy with what he's seen from his team tonight.
You really have to admire the play of Joshua Ward, one of those transfers that Dedrick Taylor went out and got. He's a senior in his first year with the Titans. He's their leading scorer, and so far tonight he's got 11 points, 5 for 7 from the field, had 6 rebounds and 4 steals on his line as well. It's been just a stifling brand of defense from Joshua Ward, and he's turned it into quick buckets on the other end. Cal State Fullerton ahead by 12. We've got 3 minutes and 44 seconds to go until halftime. You have to wonder what Chris Acker has as a message in that huddle right now as Long Beach tries to get to their game for really the first time tonight.
Yeah, right now this game is happening to Long Beach State, and Joshua Ward is a big part of that, brought into this team from Palm Beach Atlantic University, where he led the team in points, rebounds, and assists as he led the Saltfish for just a single season. Chris Acker this timeout has to say, don't let Joshua Ward beat you. Don't let an individual beat you, because Cal State Fullerton need to play as a collective for the final 24 minutes of this game, and Long Beach State need to find what it means to be a team in this final 24 minutes. We've seen a lot of individualism around the perimeter. Long Beach needs to get back to their game and try to snatch the pace back here. It all starts with getting these free points from the free throw line.
Gavin Sykes makes it, so it's back-to-back 3-point plays for the true freshman. He's got 11 points. Sykes with 34 last time out. Up top, it's Landon Seaman dribbling a couple times. Hand off to Henderson, now driving baseline. Henderson takes a mid-range jumper and gets it to fall again. JayDe Henderson shooting efficiently, 4 for 4 from the field and 10 points already in the half.
The lights are not too bright for him.
Gavin Sykes on the right wing for the Beach. Under 3.5 to play, and a foul will be called against the Titans. Sykes was looking towards Masturovich as he was trying to get into the post. Got grabbed by JayDe Henderson. So the foul goes against the graduate student Henderson, his second personal.
As we mentioned, Fullerton have been willing to let the fouls go. They're willing to sacrifice physical play for those opportunities they get in transition. Now they've committed 9 fouls as a team that's going to send Long Beach to the line for the remainder of this first half. And Dedrick Taylor not happy, up and pacing out of his technical area, giving the referees an earful. After that last call, he wants to make sure the officials know that Long Beach State's physical brand of basketball is not going to get them free buckets and free opportunities at the free throw line.
Dedrick Taylor is asking for a review, so both teams will head to their benches as the officials get together and head over to the replay board to decide whether that was a foul against JayDe Henderson. It was Petr Masturovich who was going to be stepping to the free throw line to take the 1-and-1 if they do uphold the foul call on the floor.
And Petr Masturovich having a very uncharacteristic night, but he's not the only one on this lineup. But he's the guy that Chris Acker's going to turn to in these moments. Petar Mastorovic came into the season to transfer from Syracuse, and Chris Acker really put Long Beach State on his back to start the season, saying Petar's the guy we want to take those clutch shots, who's going to step up in these moments and lead the team. So far tonight, just 2 points, and he's been frustrated tonight. A lot of Long Beach State's offense relies on getting Mastorovic the ball down low inside, allowing him to either go to work offensively or kick it out to a shooter on the outside. Fullerton have done their research. They've watched the tape, and they've denied Mastorovic anything inside the perimeter, making Long Beach State's possessions disjointed throughout this first half.
That's been the story so far. It's a denial of passing lanes, especially into the post, whether it's Mastorovic or Leopold Levelon. Cal State Fullerton has not let any pass go easily. They're back out on the floor. The foul is going to be upheld, so Petar Mastorovic is going to the free throw line for a 1-and-1. Petar on the season, 74% from the charity stripe. It's been a very good season for Mastorovic. It's gotten better as it's gone on. 15.3 points per game for the Syracuse transfer, but so far tonight, only 2 points on 1 for 2 from the field. Mastorovic makes the first free throw, so he'll shoot another. 35-23, the lead for Cal State Fullerton. Mastorovic will try and cut the deficit down to 11.
6 straight games scoring 10 or more for Mastorovic. 3 20-point performances in his last 5.
No good on the free throw, but an offensive rebound for Cole Farrell. He's being doubled, but gets it back out to the wing. Lewis in the left corner looks for a pass, gives to Farrell up at the top. What a rebound that was to give the Beach a chance here. Farrell gets a screen from Mastorovic. Now looking over that way after a switch. Farrell keeps the ball. Screen from Shea Johnson, moves to his left. Farrell now jump stop, takes a mid-range jumper. No good off the left side of the rim. Offensive rebound for Mastorovic. His hook shot is up and in. Petar gets it to go. That's a good offensive possession from the Beach after Petar went 1 for 2 from the free throw line. They get another 2 points out of it. 10-point deficit, other end. Here's Cofield driving baseline, steps through, pump fake, now goes to the corner. Wide open 3 for Ward. Air ball, too strong. Rebound goes to Petar Mastorovic. He's scanning the floor, takes a cross quickly. Petar passes over to the right wing for Farrell. Sets a screen. Farrell now goes to the corner. Isaiah Lewis takes a wide open 3. No good. Offensive rebound again for Shea Johnson. He goes to the ground. Almost some friendly fire there. Shea Johnson getting up slowly. Passes the corner. Mastorovic wide open 3. He airballs it. Too strong for himself. And this time it's airball chance echoing through the Titan gym. Up at the top, Seaman moves onto the block now. Half spin. Another one. Now passes back up to Ward, top of the key. He gives off to Henderson on the left wing. Seaman back at the top of the key, gets a pass. Dribbling with the right hand. Gives off to Cofield. Cofield picks up his dribble, finds Ward on the right wing. 7 to shoot. Ward driving on Mastorovic right into the key. Kicks out. Seaman, pump fake. He drives into the key now. 2 to shoot. He throws it up off the glass. No good. Great defense from Shea Johnson Jr. Scoop pass goes up to Cole Farrell under 2 minutes. Cole Farrell steps into the key, and a foul gets called before he passed off to the corner. This one, don't know if that's going against Ward or looks like it'll be Bryce Cofield who gets called for his second personal there. So it's going to be free throws again. Cole Farrell stepping up to take these ones.
You talked in that last little break, Bruce, about how Fullerton are clogging up the passing lanes. They're also clogging up the middle of the floor in transition, not allowing Farrell to see anything, any runners, any cutters, as he tries to make the most of a steal.
He missed the first one. It is going to be 2 free throws.
Long Beach in the double bonus now. Fullerton have committed 10 team fouls, and
it looked like nobody on the floor was sure either, because when the free throw missed, I was expecting it was going to be 2 free throws. Fullerton rebounded it, and Long Beach's entire team backed off as if they were ready to play defense.
Titans trying to pull a fast one on the officials tonight, too.
Nonetheless, Cole Farrell shooting another free throw. He's 61% on the season, makes the second one. 1 for 2 on that trip. So it's a single-digit deficit now, 9-point lead for the Titans, 35-26. Just about a minute and a half before halftime. Long 2 from De La Cruz. Monegro is good again. He's scoring efficiently, up into double digits with 10 points now. Petar Mastorovic passes on the wing to Farrell. Now back to Mastorovic. It gets poked out of bounds. De La Cruz Monegro almost picked that one off. Titans back ahead by 11, but the ball stays with the Beach from the baseline.
De La Cruz Monegro just 6'2", lets Mastorovic go by him, trails, and then gets the handout.
Sykes inbounds to the corner for Lewis. Isaiah Lewis gives off to Leopold Levelon. Down to Mastorovic and to Sykes on the left wing. Guarded by De Luna. Sykes with the quickness mismatch. Passes all the way to the other corner. Wide open 3. Isaiah Lewis gets it to go. The Beach finding some offensive rhythm now. They're within 8. Crossing over on the other end. Williams trying to go coast to coast. Can't finish the layup. Leopold Levelon has the rebound. Outlet up to Cole Farrell, and he lost the ball.
Wow.
Went right off the foot of De Luna. Goes for a turnover, and now a foul as the Beach were double teaming Henderson on the other side. Lewis in dismay as he thought he had a steal, but instead it's a foul that I believe will go against Cole Farrell.
And Kendrick DeLuna is the one who makes this play happen, forcing the turnover in transition, just getting big, making sure nobody can get past him. He's got a long wingspan standing at 6'10".
Only 5 fouls against the Beach, so the Titans inbound from the sideline. Ward, step back, takes a 3 from the left wing. No good. Ball tipped up in the air, and then Majstorovic high points the rebound off the deflection. Cole Farrell on the other end, right wing, 42 seconds to play until halftime. Pass over to Isaiah Lewis on the left side. 20 on the shot clock. Isaiah Lewis dribbling with his left hand, guarded by Kendrick DeLuna. Lewis passes off to Sykes. Sykes gets a screen from Majstorovic, and then he clears out. Now Sykes going to work one-on-one, spin move into the key, passes to the corner, now to Majstorovic. 3 from the wing, no good, hit hard and didn't fall. Another rebound goes to Joshua Ward. Now the shot clock is off, and Ward will stand on the logo, holding for the last shot. 13 seconds on the game clock before halftime, 37-29 Titans. They try to extend their lead back to double digits. Henderson off to Ward. 5 seconds. Ward up top. Here's a wide open 3. Taylor Cruz Monegro hit hard, no good. Tips around and doesn't get back up in time. We'll go to the halftime break with Cal State Fullerton ahead 37-29. And JD, it was the Titans that dominated that entire half, but you have to admit, through those last couple of minutes, Long Beach getting some momentum back on their side as they've cut the deficit down to single digits.
Took the words right out of my mouth, Bruce. Long Beach State, make no mistake about it, got punched in the mouth to start this game, but they've kept it close. It's only an 8-point game going into halftime, and Chris Acker's going to like his team's chances. Cal State Fullerton in close games this season do not have the best record. Long Beach State, it was their Achilles heel last year. They've turned it into a strength in 2026, closing out close games, just making it competitive in that second half. A lot needs to be figured out at halftime as Cal State Fullerton has 3 players already in double figures, and Gavin Sykes is pulling the weight of the offense with 11 points on his line. Long Beach State, though, not done yet. Should be set up for an exciting second half.
The Beach have a lot of adjustments to make, but for the way that Cal State Fullerton dominated that first half, only an 8-point game is something that I imagine Chris Acker will take. They're within striking distance, and the Beach will try to make a comeback in the second half. Got about 14 minutes to go until the final 20 minutes of play gets underway, so stick with us here on 22 West Radio. It's the 15-mile rivalry here on 22 West Radio. Long Beach State and Cal State Fullerton down here in Fullerton in the Titan Gym. I'm Bruce Kuntz alongside JayDe Beaudry. You're listening to Long Beach State men's basketball on 22 West Radio, broadcasting live at 88.1 FM, KKJZ, HD3 Long Beach. The Titans are ahead 37-29. We're in control for the entirety of that first half, but JayDe, Long Beach started to swing the momentum a bit in the last couple minutes.
Yeah, a few solid possessions, starting to get those free points to fall from the charity stripe. That's how Long Beach State was able to close out the first half, and they're going to need more in this final 20 minutes. Cal State Fullerton came out with their pants on fire and simply did not look back in that first half. They were able to force 9 turnovers off of Long Beach State and force so many bad shots. Long Beach so far tonight, 10 for 29 from the field, just 2 of 13 from beyond the arc. Cal State Fullerton, for their credit, 3 scorers in double figures. They've gotten good production out of their bench. Fullerton will want more of the same here in the second half.
The final 20 minutes of play just about to get underway. Long Beach State has DMX is dressed again for the first time in the last few games. Did not appear through the first half. We'll see if Chris Acker elects to make any changes in terms of how the rotations are deployed after that frantic first half. Shaq Bender, another guy that only saw 2 minutes on the floor, the Beach's third leading scorer. He's come off the bench every game this year, but usually has made much more of an impact than he was able to make in that first half. Cal State Fullerton will have the ball for the first possession of half number 2, 37-29. Cal State Fullerton ahead by 8. They try and close out the 15-mile rivalry with a win here at home. Cal State Fullerton 3-5 in Big West play, lost their last 2 games, trying to get back in the win column. Long Beach State has won 3 in a row and 4 of their last 5, trying to keep their hot streak going. Ward up at the top. He picks up his dribble, now spins and gives over towards the right wing to nobody. Pass it right out of bounds. So it's a turnover just 9 seconds into the shot clock for the Titans.
Yeah, De La Cruz Monegro made a cut to the basket. The guards just not on the same page there, and the Beach will look to capitalize and cut the deficit.
Majstorovic hands off to Farrell, now up top. Pass over to the left wing for Rob Diaz. Rob Diaz looking to the top for Sykes, instead dribbles himself over to the right wing. Now gives off to Leopold Levelon. The ball's on the floor. Levelon goes down trying to get it. Coming away, they're tied up. They're going to call it a foul against Leopold Levelon. Christian Williams was the freshman who dove to the ground and was able to get his hands onto the ball as Leopold Levelon tried to reach around and get a jump ball. Instead, it's a foul against the true freshman for the Beach.
Yeah, Christian Williams has been all over the floor tonight. 3 assists, 3 rebounds. He's been solid. Somebody Coach Taylor calls a floor general for this team.
Chris Acker looks frustrated. That was a careless turnover there as Rob Diaz just gave a soft pass towards Levelon. De Luna in the high post, 1 dribble, pass over to Ward on the left wing, then sets the screen. Ward around it, throws a lob. De Luna finishes with a layup. So not quite a big alley-oop slam, but it's 2 points just the same for the Titans. Their lead's back out to 10.
De Luna picks up his second bucket of the game.
Rob Diaz on the left wing, dribbling on Williams, hands off to Gavin Sykes. They switch, so Williams now guarding Sykes. Majstorovic trying to ask for the ball in the post. Sykes instead passes back to Diaz up top. Screen, moves around it to the right wing. Diaz still with the ball, hands off to Cole Farrell. Farrell passes to Majstorovic. Majstorovic looking towards Sykes, then passes back to Farrell. 4 to shoot. Farrell up at the top, crosses over, drives into the key, throws up a floater, and it's an air ball. It's a shot clock violation and more of the same as Long Beach State was struggling there. Looking into the post, Gavin Sykes didn't get a pass off to Majstorovic as Fullerton has done a great job denying those passing lanes.
They mentioned the body language on the bench. Chris Acker, hands on hips. He's sweating. He's looking for solutions. The Titans look calm, cool, composed. Their bench is making all the noise here inside the Titan gym.
39-29, 10-point lead for Cal State Fullerton. Isaiah Lewis into the game as the point guard now for the Beach. Rolling around a screen, De La Cruz Monegro goes to the corner. Pass back up to Ward on the wing. Now to White up top. Guarded by Majstorovic. He gives off to De Luna. Kendrick De Luna dribbles twice, goes to the corner for White, and then it's a block against Petar Majstorovic as White tried to go baseline. Petar gets caught with flat feet for the Beach forward. That's his first personal. Fresh 20 on the shot clock as the Titans will inbound from the baseline.
The Titans will look to stack the paint. They're going to go 4 low here, 2 on the blocks, 2 in the corners. Up by 10, 39-29, 18-21 to go.
Ward lobs it in towards De La Cruz Monegro. He picks up his dribble, gives off to De Luna. De Luna now looking for a pass, calls for a couple of clear outs. All back cutting 3 different players. Now the pass goes to De La Cruz Monegro. Moves around a screen from De Luna. Fading away, mid-range jumper, no good. Isaiah Lewis has the rebound for Long Beach State. 2 minutes into the second half, 10-point lead for the Titans. In the corner, Masturovic goes back to the basket, drives baseline, getting doubled, picks up his dribble, pump fakes a couple of times. Now tries to sling it pass all the way to the corner, goes right off the face of Shea Johnson Jr. Friendly fire, and then it goes right out of bounds. Petar Masturovic with his shoulders low as he walks back on defense.
Nothing has worked out for Long Beach State to start both halves now. Titans still up by 10, but the turnovers are piling up, and now Masturovic grabs on his right wrist. Might have gotten a little banged up trying to fire that pass to Johnson Jr. inside.
Holding his right thumb. So the Beach have to hope Petar Masturovic will be all right. He is staying in the game, but still shaking out that right hand. Titans with the ball back. Christian Williams takes it across. True freshman on the right wing. Passes to Dave Luna up at the top. The forward. Passes over to the corner for Davis White. The junior now passes off to Williams. Now to the corner for Ward. The senior Ward, leading scorer tonight for the Titans, gives off to De Luna. Kendrick De Luna hands off to Christian Williams. He lost the ball as he was moving around to the top. Shea Johnson Jr. with an opportune right place, right time steal. Isaiah Lewis takes the ball across for Long Beach State. Still a 10-point lead for the Titans. 17 minutes and 20 seconds to go in the game. Isaiah Lewis just in front of the Fullerton center court logo. Petar Masturovic comes up to the top and gets a pass. Goes to Gavin Sykes on the right wing. Sykes dribbling with the left hand into the key. Goes to the corner. Farrell pump fake. Now spins in, drives, and lost the ball out of bounds. They are going to keep it with Long Beach State. Farrell had a chance for an open three there. Did not take it. 7 on the shot clock as the Beach inbound from the baseline.
And Kendrick De Luna makes another play inside Cole Farrell, a guy who can elevate in a flash, and De Luna strips him as he tries to bring the ball from his hip to his head.
Bryce Cofield subbing in for Davis White in the Fullerton backcourt. Isaiah Lewis inbounding for Long Beach State. And now we've got a 30-second timeout, I believe, being taken by Cal State Fullerton. So Dedrick Taylor calls his players over to the bench for a 30-second timeout. Long Beach State will have 7 seconds on the shot clock as they inbound from the baseline after the timeout.
Yeah, nobody's scored for the past 2 minutes here, Bruce. Long Beach on a 4-minute scoring drought. Cal State Fullerton 121 seconds without a point from the floor. This is a Long Beach State team led by Chris Acker in his second season that, as you mentioned, comes in off the back of 3 very impressive wins. They were able to beat Bakersfield and Riverside at home, and then that last time out against CISA on their first road win of the year. Certainly not the Long Beach State team we expected to come in and see tonight with the way they've been playing recently.
Gavin Sykes has 11 points. Nobody else for Long Beach State has more than 5. You really look around this box score, and there's been so many guys that have been standing out over this last 5-game stretch where the Beach have won 4 of their last 5 games. Petar Masturovic has pushed himself across 15 points per game on the season. We already mentioned Shaquille Bender, the 3rd leading scorer for the Beach on the year, has only played 2 minutes and is not on the score sheet. So Long Beach State struggling to get their usual scorers in a rhythm for the most part tonight. Bender looks like he will be, looks like led back towards the locker room. This is not great looking situation here. Shaq Bender walking with a coach back to the locker room for Long Beach State as he's left the bench. Didn't look like it's any kind of injury. He was jawing back and forth and looking frustrated.
Yeah, there are certainly no easy games in the Big West either. Cal State Fullerton picked to finish 11th in the Big West this year. They sit currently at 3-5, but for Long Beach State, this was really going to be, quote-unquote, the easiest game of their next few. They've got Santa Barbara at home on the 24th, and they travel to UC Riverside, a team that is certainly competitive, and then they have Hawaii at home to close out the month.
That'll be something to watch if Shaq Bender will be back on the bench at any point for Long Beach State or if he'll remain in the locker room. Like I said, definitely didn't look like any kind of an injury situation. He was jawing back and forth with Ali Tavakal, the assistant coach for Long Beach State, director of basketball operations, as he was being led back towards the locker room. So we'll let you know if we see Bender back out on the floor. But for now, Long Beach State still in their huddle trying to draw up a play for these 7 seconds on the shot clock. They're trailing by 10, 39-29, 17 minutes and 9 seconds left in the game.
Yeah, an extensive timeout here, but let's show some love. DJ Trey Bizzle has got the crowd hyped here in Fullerton tonight. Members of multiple athletic squads, the water polo teams, the baseball team, all packing the stands for this 15-mile rivalry. They've been treated to an excellent music selection so far tonight.
Has been a pretty good crowd here for Cal State Fullerton, especially when you look at behind either basket are the 2 student sections, and they are packed out with people. Also, they've got a grandstand up above the court level seats that has some pretty good attendance up there too. So a good crowd here in the Titan Gym. They're playing on a floor that got replaced in the fall. So it's pretty new hardwood. 39-29. Cal State Fullerton ahead by 10. Isaiah Lewis inbounds to Cole Farrell in the left corner. Farrell looking towards the basket. 2 to shoot. He drives in and gets it stripped. It will be a shot clock violation before the ball went out of bounds. So a lack of urgency there from Long Beach State. Despite the long timeout, Cole Farrell will check right out after he could not get a shot away. Rob Diaz back into the game.
And it's Christian Williams getting active once again. Comes to this Titans program, a 3-time state champion out of Vashon High School in St. Louis, Missouri.
So this is not something we see very much for Long Beach State. Rob Diaz and Isaiah Lewis both in the game together as the 2 main guards. Passes getting flung around for the Titans along the wing. Kendrick Luna hands off to Bryce Cofield. Cofield up top, jab step, drives into the key, layup with the left hand, no good, but a foul. Haven't seen a lot of free throws tonight for either team, but it'll be Bryce Cofield who gets 2 here, trying to get onto the score sheet.
Yeah, you said it best. Cal State Fullerton's only shot 2 free throws to this point, but you have to credit them on the offensive end on this last possession. They recognize Diaz and Lewis are both in the game, 2 undersized guards, so they whip passes along the perimeter, try to get mismatches to their forwards. And eventually getting downhill is Bryce Cofield. Comes into this Titans program, another highly recruited freshman out of Sierra Canyon High School.
First free throw good for Cofield, 61% shooter on the season. Cofield, as you said, from Sierra Canyon, was teammates with Bryce James. It's a very good program there.
And Jaden Alexander, who tonight is on the bench for Long Beach State.
Redshirting this season. He makes both free throws here, so the lead for Cal State Fullerton is out to 12, 41-29, 16 minutes and 40 seconds to go in the game. Isaiah Lewis gets a screen from Shea Johnson, moves to his left, got doubled momentarily, but now Fullerton backs out of it. Gavin Sykes gets a bounce pass, top of the key, drives to the right wing, just inside the three-point line, spins back and passes to Masterovich, gets a ball back. Gavin Sykes moves around a screen from Pedar, now throws up a floater and gets a foul. Gavin Sykes having to keep the foot on the gas in order to get anything going, but he'll get 2 free throws here. He's already been to the line a couple times tonight, 2 for 2 on his 2 chances.
Gavin Sykes against CSUN, career high 34 points, 22 of 25 from the charity stripe.
Sykes misses the first one. So he'll get to shoot 1 more, but the Beach, trailing by 12, have their leading scorer miss his first free throw of the night.
And that student section is waving rally towels behind the backboard.
Makes the second one, so Sykes goes 1 for 2. 41-30 the score. Titans gets a work fast. De La Cruz Monegro spins back a pass to Williams. Now up top, it's Ward who gets it. Screen from De Luna, moves to his right. They're going to call a moving screen against Kendrick De Luna. So he gets called for a bad screen there. His 3rd personal, something to watch for Cal State Fullerton, who on this roster only have 3 total forwards. So not a lot of length, but they play with the ferocity and speed that makes up for it. Isaiah Lewis up top, double screen, moves around it to his left. Lewis on the left wing, passing Masterovich, top of the key, goes over to Gavin Sykes on the right wing. Sykes looking towards Masterovich, instead passes to Shea Johnson Jr. up top. Masterovich has a height mismatch in the post, but the Beach just can't get it down there. Lewis driving onto the left block on the baseline, passes back to Shea Johnson on the wing. Hand off to Rob Diaz, moves to the left wing. They're going to call a moving screen against Shea Johnson Jr. That was another one there where you can see the frustration boiling over for the Beach, as Pedar Masterovich had a big-time height advantage over Joshua Ward in the post, and there just wasn't a chance to get the ball down there, as Long Beach was afraid of turning it over by Fullerton jumping in the passing lane.
Yeah, and that's what Fullerton's done all night long. They've made it hard to penetrate the perimeter. We mentioned in the first half, they're forcing Long Beach State to create shots they're not used to creating. And so far, the Beach, through 25 minutes, have not been able to shoot efficiently from the floor to even get shots up. We've seen more shot clock violations in this game than any previous game this season because Fullerton are tenacious on the defensive end, running everything off the perimeter, playing solid, grounded defense. For Long Beach State, they've really got to find a solution here. Only 16 minutes to go. They've got to keep the main thing the main thing. There are so many distractions in this building. The best programs in the Big West, the best programs in the country, the best programs in college basketball. Stay grounded in these moments and return to their core values. When your mission is clear, the noise gets quiet. And tonight, Long Beach State seems to have lost the mission. And Bruce, that's a tailor-made truth.
That's one of the many quotes that Dedrick Taylor, the Cal State Fullerton head coach, has posted on his Twitter. It's a good collage for any coaches to go out there and look through. For Long Beach State, you look at that last possession and the way that Cal State Fullerton has continued to deny the ball into Pedar Masterovich in the post. That has been the offensive game plan for Long Beach State through this game, or this stretch of 5 games where the Beach have won 4 of them. So many of their possessions have been controlled in terms of pace, where they just get the ball into the post from Astorovic and let him work. There really has been only one time in this entire game that Petar has been able to set up on the post and go to work. They converted in a bucket in the first half, but Petar only has 5 points so far, and Cal State Fullerton is continuing to do a great job in forcing Long Beach State to keep the ball in the wing.
Yeah, we haven't seen Long Beach State get sped up like this on the offensive end since the season opener against San Diego State, a top 5 program at the time that was able to force Long Beach to play hard in transition, hard on both ends of the floor, and create chaos on the defensive end. Cal State Fullerton has matched that game plan that the Aztecs worked to such success in the season opener. That was a 77-45 win for the home side, and Cal State Fullerton tonight have certainly done their research. They've done their homework. Long Beach State are looking for solutions. They're looking for in-game solutions, and that's not a winning formula. Usually on short weeks, on long weeks, once Big West Conference play comes into play, you want to have your identity established, but then adapt as it's necessary. Long Beach have not been able to adapt tonight, and Chris Sackers had conversations with every single member on that bench throughout this first and second half so far.
You've certainly seen a quality game plan from Dedrick Taylor, the 13-year head coach for the Titans. Here's Ward with a pass along the baseline. Cofield gets a foul. Good find from the senior Joshua Ward, as it was a back cut from Bryce Cofield. He got it right underneath the basket and then drew a foul. Petar Majstorovic gets called for the foul, so that's his third. Looks like Petar will be checking out. Still 15 and a half to play, and Petar into foul trouble now. J.J. Tchaikovsky will come off the bench for the first time tonight. First, Bryce Cofield to shoot the first of his 2 free throws. True freshman doesn't make the first one. It rattled out.
Now J.J. Tchaikovsky will enter, who has been deployed more and more as the season's gone on. Played in now 15 games, including tonight, 6'7", 220. The sophomore looking to make the most of his minutes on the floor tonight. It's only an 11-point lead for the Titans, but Bruce, it feels like 30.
Cofield makes the second one. So it's a 12-point lead for Cal State Fullerton. They were up by 8 at the halftime break. Long Beach has not been able to chip into it yet. 42-30. Rob Diaz passes off to Sykes and gets it handed right back. Diaz onto the right wing. Sykes working for space up top, gets the ball. Shea Johnson Jr. setting him a screen, now clears out. Pass back to Diaz. He takes a 3 from the wing. No good off the back iron along the baseline. Rebound comes down for De La Cruz Monegro. In transition, here's Cofield on the other end. Back to the basket. Pass up to the top for De Luna. De Luna dribbling twice, then hands off. Here's a wide open 3. De La Cruz Monegro, no good. Tchaikovsky gets it taken away, but it's going to be an over-the-back foul going against Kendrick De Luna, and that is personal foul number 4 for the 6'10" forward for the Titans. He'll have to check out, and as he's arguing the call here, could have been in danger of a tech, but now he'll head to the bench. 1 foul away from having to be done for the night.
And even on the possessions where Fullerton don't score, they're creating open looks and quality chances, something the Beach have not been able to match.
Landon Seaman into the front court for the Titans to replace De Luna. Isaiah Lewis on the left wing, looks into the post, gives to Shea Johnson Jr. Shea Johnson squares up, now passes to Tchaikovsky back to the basket. Back out for Lewis on the wing. He kicks over to Diaz. Rob Diaz passes back to Lewis. He takes a 3 with 10 on the shot clock. No good off the front of the rim. The Beach with back-to-back possessions there where they got 3s away but couldn't knock either of them down. Pass to Cofield in transition. He gives a little half spin, picks up his dribble on the baseline, goes back out to the wing. Seaman dribbling onto the left wing, hands off to Williams. Williams throws up a floater and gets it to go. Nice finish from the true freshman Christian Williams. Long Beach seeing this lead continue to grow. 14 points now, the Titans ahead. Isaiah Lewis up at the top of the key, looking down towards Tchaikovsky. Got a height advantage. Shea Johnson Jr. now with the ball. Trying to look to hand off, gets to Sykes, had it poked loose, but then he tracks it down. Tchaikovsky now moves out to the corner. Sykes crosses over, getting double teamed, picks up his dribble, passes over to Isaiah Lewis on the right side. 7 to shoot. Lewis swings a skip pass to the corner. Rob Diaz 3 is good. So Long Beach able to convert the open 3 this time. 44-33, back within 11. Pass from De La Cruz Monegro over to Ward. Ward penetrates behind the back, bounce pass out to Cofield on the wing. He swings to the corner. De La Cruz Monegro 3, no good. Air ball went off the glass, too strong. Came down for Rob Diaz. 11-point lead for the Titans. Tchaikovsky up at the top of the key. Jabbing around, looking. It needs to get something away. Beach with a slow start to the possession. Now 18 to shoot. Sykes takes a 3 and gets it to go. Nothing but nylon for Gavin Sykes from the top of the key. Back-to-back triples for Long Beach State.
Now Long Beach 4 of 17 from beyond the arc.
8-point lead now for the Titans. Seaman spinning. Bounce pass. Goes to Ward. Back cutting, and he lays it up and in. Good find from the graduate forward, Landon Seaman. He gets the assist. 10-point lead now for the Titans, 46-36, and even 13 minutes to go in the game. Gavin Sykes on the right wing. Jab step with the right foot. Now puts the ball on the floor, dribbling with his left. Fade away, mid-range jumper, no good off the back iron. A highly difficult shot there. Sykes couldn't knock it down. Ward on the other end, crosses over right into the key, and he lost it, but a foul gets called against Isaiah Lewis. Don't think they'll be able to call this a shooting foul. Looks like Ward was trying to pivot out, pass out to the wing. They are going to call it a shooting foul.
That is the 6th-team foul for Long Beach State. So now Fullerton is in the bonus for the rest of this game, Bruce, and it's going to be a long 12 minutes and 44 seconds.
Good call, JD. Long Beach did a great job in the first half of not fouling. That has not been the case in the second half. Already 16 fouls against the Beach. 1-1. First shot is good for Joshua Ward. 69% free throw shooter on the season is Ward. Long Beach makes a couple of subs. Cole Farrell back in alongside Leopold Levelon. Shea Johnson Jr. checks out. Isaiah Lewis also to the bench. Still no Shaq Bender over there on the bench for Long Beach State.
Derek Michael Exaviero still in his warm-up gear.
Second shot good from Joshua Ward, so he makes them both. Back out to a 12-point lead for the Titans, 48-36. Under 13 minutes to play. Rob Diaz passes off to Cole Farrell up at the top. Farrell holding the ball down below his knees. Now passes over to Diaz on the right wing. He takes a three. No good. Not really too close there either. And then a foul gets called on the offensive glass against Leopold Levelon. We've seen a shift in strategy for Long Beach State these last few times down the floor. They're trying to get the 3-ball up. They've only made a couple of them in the last, say, 6 or so possessions that they've taken threes consecutively.
Yeah, usually Long Beach State averages about 7 threes made per game. They're 4 of 18, as we mentioned, from beyond the arc. Only a 33% shooting team from beyond the arc. But the points have to come somehow, and they're not coming inside the perimeter.
It's a 1-1 for Landon Seaman as the foul went against Leopold Levelon. 48-36 Titans. Seaman is 57% free throw shooter. No good off the front iron, so the Beach catch a break there. Seaman misses the front half of a 1-1. Rob Diaz moves on to the other end. Drives into the key. Kicks out to the corner, but it's poked out of bounds. Good hands from Christian Williams. Would have been a wide open three for Cole Farrell, but instead Williams sends it out of bounds. Beach keep the ball 8 seconds into the shot clock from the sideline.
And Fullerton continue to look fresh on both ends of the floor. Their entire bench stands up to welcome back Christian Williams, as everybody has stepped up for the Titans tonight.
Caden Henderson back into the game. Farrell inbounds to Tchaikovsky up at the top of the key. Hands back to Farrell. Screen from Tchaikovsky. Farrell moves to his right. Top of the key, passes over to Gavin Sykes on the right wing now. Jab step, Leopold Levelon sets a screen. Sykes being doubled now, passes into Levelon in the key. He steps through, lays it up, and gets a foul. That's the first time in a while that Long Beach has successfully been able to get a pass into the post, and the true freshman Levelon got the foul call. He'll go to the line, a 64% free throw shooter on the season.
And Cal State Fullerton throughout this game, when the ball handler has been trapped in one of the corners near half court, they have sent double teams. That time, Gavin Sykes splits his defenders, threads a pass through the eye of a needle to Leopold Levelon, who was able to get down low and make the most of some contact.
This is Levelon's first trip to the free throw line. Left-handed shooting 6'9" freshman. First shot up and no good off the back iron. That Fullerton student section getting loud and trying to do their best to distract the shooter.
There's rally towels, there's cheerleaders, and a picture of Dwight Schrute on the Jumbotron scoreboard.
Second free throw from Levelon is good, so he makes one of the two. 48-37, an 11-point lead for the Titans as we eclipse 12 minutes on the clock. Driving right on the other side. Cofield goes up and finishes strong. Went to the ground, out of bounds. Long Beach going to try and move fast onto the other end now. 13-point lead. Tchaikovsky passes over to Sykes. Fullerton got back on defense, so it's back to 5-on-5. Cofield had to get up quickly. Rob Diaz moves around the screen. Now passes over into the corner. Gets poked out of bounds. Last touched by Ward. He wanted to turn over, but it didn't catch a piece of Farrell. We'll hit the sub-12 media timeout. Long Beach will have the ball after the break. 17 on the shot clock. As Fullerton's ahead 50-37.
And we're going to say it again. It's only a 13-point lead for Cal State Fullerton. Long Beach has closed bigger deficits this season, but tonight so far they have not looked like they're going to make a run at any point. And really, that's what Chris Acker has to be talking about in this timeout. It takes one bucket, it takes one shot, it takes two stops on the defensive end to make this a competitive game once again. But Long Beach continues to look for the spark. Gavin Sykes 15 points, Rob Diaz 8. Nobody else has more than 5.
Gavin Sykes coming off a Big West Player of the Week selection last week for the first time in his career, had 34 points to break the Beach freshman scoring record. He's got 15 tonight. We'll see if the freshman can pull out some heroics and try and get Long Beach State back into this game. 50-37 Titans, 11 minutes and 39 seconds to play on 22 West Radio. Long Beach State trailing by 13 here in the Titan Gym. We'll give an update from back at the Walter Pyramid, where Long Beach State lost in the women's basketball game against Cal State Fullerton, 84-66. The final as the Titans got the win there. So the Beach couldn't win back-to-back at home. The women's team, that is. For here in the Titan Gym, 50-37, Cal State Fullerton ahead. Long Beach State still struggling to find any offensive identity here in this second half. Isaiah Lewis inbounding from the baseline, looking towards Sykes on the wing. Now he gets it in on a bounce to Sykes. Sykes dribbles out near the half-court line. Pass over to the left wing for Cole Farrell. 10 to shoot now as Farrell crosses over, gets a screen from Levelon. Now finds Levelon cutting. Pass to the corner. 3 for Lewis. No good. That was the right idea for the Beach. Had a wide open triple, but Isaiah Lewis couldn't knock it down. Other end moving fast. De La Cruz Monegro passes back out to the wing. Cofield just did keep it before went for a backcourt violation. Seaman hands off to Henderson. Henderson up at the top. Moves to the right wing. Crossing over on Lewis. Goes into the post for Seaman. He squares up to the basket. Jab step. Back to the basket on the block. Passes back to the top for Henderson. He drives right in. Throws it up with the left hand. No good off the front of the rim. Good defensive possession that time from the Beach. Leopold Levelon has the rebound. 50-37, still a 13-point game. Lewis on the wing. Tchaikovsky clears out, then gets the pass on the right wing. Tchaikovsky gives off to Gavin Sykes, then tries to set a screen. Sykes moves to his right into the corner. Passes back out for Tchaikovsky. Now Levelon as Lewis clears out. Hands off to Cole Farrell. Farrell getting doubled. Pump fakes. Now drives with his left hand. Fadeaway jumper in the mid-range. No good. Rebound goes to Cofield. Another disjointed possession there for the Beach. And not a great shot. De La Cruz Monegro gets a steal. It's Cole Farrell moving on to the other end. 2-on-1. Farrell throws it up. No good. Couldn't hit the layup in transition. And the ball comes down for Joshua Ward. It was contested, but that's one I'm sure Farrell expects to make. And what a spin move on the other end. Landon Seaman puts the Beach in a spin cycle and gets the layup to fall. It's all the way out to a 15-point lead now for Cal State Fullerton, and the Beach will call timeout with 10 minutes and 5 seconds to play.
And even amongst stormy seas, Long Beach State cannot find a bucket in transition. Landon Seaman, what a spin move on Leopold Levelon off the long pass forward. Gets him up to 4 points on the night, and Fullerton's good offensive night continues, shooting 50% from the field, dominating every statistical category. 26 points in the paint now for the Titans. Long Beach State getting outplayed all over the floor.
An 8-1 run for Cal State Fullerton over the last 3 minutes plus. 52-37, now the score, a 15-point lead for the Tritons.
And about halfway through this second half, Bruce, Long Beach State just 8 points as a team.
Well, look around the rest of the Big West on the men's basketball side. There's 2 games that have gone final already. UC Santa Barbara took down Cal Poly, a big win, 40-point deficit there, 107-67. The Gauchos destroyed Cal Poly. The other game that's gone final, UC San Diego went on the road and beat UC Davis up in Northern California. It's a very tightly contested Big West right now. Hawaii and UC Irvine are tied at the top of the conference at 5-2. We've said Long Beach is in a four-way tie for third place at 4-3. So there's a ton of parity in the Big West, really anybody's game at this point.
They're sitting right below Long Beach State is CSUN at 4-4, and with the way this game has gone, Long Beach looks to join them with that same record in about 10 minutes.
Isaiah Lewis takes it across for Long Beach State, 15-point lead for the Titans as we're under 10 minutes to play. Gavin Sykes up at the top of the key, crosses over, takes a straight-on triple, no good off the back iron. Is tightly contested by Bryce Cofield. Rebound went to Henderson along the baseline. Taken across De La Cruz Monegro from the right wing. Goes to Cofield, back to the basket. He drives into the key, passes out to the top. Seaman, straight on three, no good off the back iron. Rebound comes down for Petar Masturovic. 5-on-4 of the Beach hurry. Pass over to the right wing, now they'll set up. So getting back on defense was De La Cruz Monegro. In the post, level on, steps into the key, goes up a floater with the left hand, tight contest, and it's no good off the right side of the rim. Henderson able to force a tough shot there. Still a 15-point lead, 9 minutes, 15 seconds to play. Joshua Ward up in front of the logo, pressured by Isaiah Lewis. Now dribbles off and hands off to Cofield. Cofield gives De La Cruz Monegro, now back to Ward on the left wing. Bounce pass finds Henderson up at the top of the key. Henderson jab steps, 8 to shoot, dishes off to Seaman. Seaman dribbles a couple of times, 3 to shoot, now goes back to the basket, spin move, fadeaway jumper is good.
Wow.
What a shot from Landon Seaman as the shot clock expired. And now we finally see Fullerton turn down the pace a little bit to eat some clock, and it still ends in a bucket. 17-point lead now, largest of the night. Isaiah Lewis gives off to Masturovic on the right wing. Petar started to get doubled, then Ward backed out. Pass back to the top for Lewis. He swings all the way to the corner. Sykes drives baseline with the left hand. Back out to the wing. Isaiah Lewis, an open three. No good off the front of the rim. And then a foul will be called against Leopold Levelon. He collided with De La Cruz Monegro up in the air. So for Leopold, elevated there. That's his third personal. He'll go all the way down onto the other floors that are on the other side of the floors. That's 8 now. Team fouls against the Beach.
CSUN inching closer to the double bonus, and more changes for Chris Acker's team as Cole Farrell exits alongside Leopold Levelon. Back in Rob Diaz and Shea Johnson Jr. So both primary point guards will be in the game here as Diaz and Lewis will share the floor.
This game getting away from Long Beach State in a hurry here. They can't get a turnaround. 1-1 from the line for Jefferson De La Cruz Monegro, 88% free throw shooter this season, 2 for 2 from the line tonight. First shot up and good, so he'll shoot another.
De La Cruz Monegro has been outstanding tonight on the offensive and defensive end. Only thing he hasn't hit is a three-pointer.
0 for 4 from beyond the arc. Second free throw, up and no good, rattled out. Rebound goes to Petar Masturovic. He hands off to Gavin Sykes. Safe the Beach start to dial up the pace at all. It's an 18-point lead for Cal State Fullerton. Sykes gets a screen, moves to his left, passes to the corner for Lewis, jab step, then he moves up to the wing. Isaiah Lewis looking into the high post towards Masturovic, picks up his dribble, gets it to Petar. Now he goes to the corner. Rob Diaz could have had a three, instead dribbles in and gets a mid-range jumper to go as he was fading away. Didn't handle the pass at first in the corner, so didn't get the three up, but still 2 points for Rob Diaz. Under 8 minutes to play, 55-39. Cal State Fullerton slowing it down a bit. Joshua Ward dribbling on the logo. Rob Diaz defending him. Henderson screams up to the top. Ward isoing instead. Spins into the painted area. Passes back out to Seaman. Swung to the corner. Wide open three is good. Jefferson De La Cruz Monegro hits his first triple of the night. The Titans have opened their lead out to 19.
Call it the commentator's curse. De La Cruz Monegro loads the clip and lets it fly.
Gavin Sykes on the left wing, screen on the right side, drives all the way to the block, throws up a floater, no good. Along the baseline, it goes out of bounds off of Cal State Fullerton. De La Cruz Monegro touched it last. With the sub-8 media timeout, Long Beach State scrambling as this game's getting away from them. 58-39 the Titans are looking good as they look to break Long Beach's winning streak.
Not just looking good, Bruce, looking great. A 14-3 run for Cal State Fullerton over the last 6 minutes. Their defense has been suffocating. Their offense is finding its rhythm. The contributions are coming from all over the floor so far tonight. 19 points off the bench for the Titans. And Long Beach, only 3 points have come from the non-starters. Really nothing's gone the way of the Beach, and they're going to want to put this game behind them as quickly as possible with more high-octane opponents coming up in the near future.
58-39, the Titans ahead. 7 minutes and 14 seconds to play on 22 West Radio. It is a frantic scene here in the Titan gym. 58-39, a 19-point lead for Cal State Fullerton. Straight on three from Rob Diaz is good. He puts the crowd into, they're still frenzying. There was a In-N-Out gift card given away during the break. 16-point lead still for the Titans, 58-42, under 7 minutes to play. Pass to the left wing. Ward goes into the post. It's picked off. Rob Diaz stepped into the passing lane, and he's got a steal. Diaz takes a cross. Long Beach trying to get back into it here. Sykes tried to go up to dunk and got fouled. Just about took a body there, but put the ball, looked like against the side of the backboard as he was cocking back to try and slam it in. Instead, it'll be 2 free throws for Gavin Sykes as the Beach have come out of the timeout with some renewed energy.
I don't know if they could hear anything in that timeout, Bruce, with that In-N-Out giveaway happening, but they have 7 minutes to make this game at least respectable. Forget about closing the gap. Just start stacking possessions. Has to be the message from Chris Acker.
First free throw good for Gavin Sykes. He's got 16 tonight, 4 for 5 from the free throw line. Sykes on the season has 11 20-plus point games. He makes both free throws this time. 58-44, 14-point lead for Cal State Fullerton. 6 minutes and 40 seconds to go. Ward on the right wing. Sykes defending him. Standing with the ball, then he hands off to Christian Williams. Playing the handoff game along the wing. Ward on the left side now, screen on the right. Moves around it to the top of the key, picks up his dribble, goes to the corner for White. White now down low for Seaman. He lays it up and in, going up and under. It's a good find from Davis White. Titans back out ahead by 16.
Davis White picks up his first assist.
Majstorovic at the top, looking towards Sykes, gets it to him beyond the three-point line. Back out, Sykes takes the three, or Majstorovic that is, hits the three on the assist from Gavin Sykes. Nothing but net there from Pedar, a big three for the Beach. Lead is down to 13. Joshua Ward at the top gives off to Seaman. Seaman passes to the corner for White. White moves around a screen, passes off to Henderson. Henderson right back to White, but it's picked off. Shea Johnson Jr. 2-on-1. Sykes has it, moves to the left block, throws it up, and in, plus a foul. Gavin Sykes will have a chance for his third three-point play of the night as the Beach are finally gaining some momentum for the first time in this entire second half. Gavin Sykes goes to the free throw line with a chance to cut the lead down to 10.
Don't say that too loudly, Bruce. It finally looks like Long Beach State are playing carefree basketball. They've taken their foot off the gas, and the game is starting to come to them a bit easier over these past few possessions. And Gavin Sykes looks to be the catalyst again. He's just this free throw right here to get to 20 points once again.
The Fullerton lead had gotten up to as much as 19. Sykes now hits the free throw. His third three-point play of the night makes it 60-50. The Beach are back in this thing. 5 minutes and 40 seconds to play. Jefferson, De La Cruz, Monegro up at the top. Passes off to Christian Williams. Williams hands off to Ward. Now over to the right side. Cofield moves around, gives off to Williams again on the wing. Screen from De Luna. Williams passes off to Ward on the right side. Ward passes off to De Luna up top. Now to the corner. Williams driving baseline. Passes up to the top of the key for Ward. He drives right into the key. Throws it up and gets a foul. Moved around Shea Johnson Jr. and his layup missed with the left hand, but it will be 2 free throws for Joshua Ward.
Joshua Ward, how good has he been tonight? 15 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists, 4 steals. He's played defense, Bruce, like you've got the last fry at the function, and he is starving. And now he's got a chance to add some more points from the charity stripe.
69% on the season as he makes the first one. Ward is 3 for 3 from the free throw line tonight. Cole Farrell checking back in for Long Beach State. Isaiah Lewis goes to the bench. 5 minutes and 16 seconds left to go. 61-50, Cal State Fullerton. Ward with another free throw. Palm Beach Atlantic transfer is good. So it's back to a 12-point lead for Cal State Fullerton. Just over 5 minutes to play for the Beach to try and make a comeback. Gavin Sykes will take the ball across the half-court line. Masturovic sets him a screen. Sykes crossed over to his right. Tried to throw up a 3. Got it blocked, though. Cofield with the ball onto the other end. Steps through and lays it right up and in. What a play from the true freshman to deny the shot from Gavin Sykes and then go coast to coast. Rob Diaz with the ball in the right wing. Back out to a 14-point lead for the Titans. Petr Masturovic gives off to Shea Johnson. Handoff to Rob Diaz. Got double teamed for a moment, then pass to the right wing. Down low, Shea Johnson, one dribble. Throws up with the left hand. No good. Off the right side of the rim. Christian Williams has the rebound for the Titans. See if they try to slow it down again. They've started to eat some clock. De La Cruz Monegro passes off to Ward on the left wing. Now Ward will hold the ball for a moment. Passes off to Kendrick De Luna. Top of the key, De Luna hands off to Cofield. Cofield down low for De Luna. He goes to the corner and it's tipped out of bounds by Shea Johnson Jr. Still 7 seconds on the shot clock, 4:19 on the game clock. Titans keep possession.
Yeah, the slower pace benefits Long Beach State. This is the game they like to play, but Fullerton just waiting for that perfect shot opportunity. We saw De Luna pass up the mismatch on Farrell, trying to kick it to the corner for a triple, and there's still 7 seconds to work with here.
Inbound goes to Ward on the right wing. He gets a screen from De Luna. Dribbling with his left hand, drives to the left block, passes back out. Wide open 3 from Williams, just ahead of the buzzer, no good. Rob Diaz has the rebound for the Beach, just ahead of 4 minutes to play. Cole Farrell drives along the baseline, passes out of bounds, tried to find Sykes in the corner, and instead turns it over. 4 minutes and 2 seconds on the game clock, and now Fullerton still holding on to a 14-point lead. Will continue to try to slow down the pace here and eat some clock. Long Beach entering a hybrid press. Pass goes across the half-court line to De La Cruz Monegro. Ward gets the ball back just in front of the half-court line. Rob Diaz comes up to pressure. Counting down now. Ward puts the ball in the hardwood for a 5-second violation. 12 seconds on the shot clock. Handoff to Williams. De La Cruz Monegro back to Ward. Moves to the top of the key. Crosses over. Working on Shea Johnson. Drives onto the right block. Throws it up and in. Oof. Nice moves up at the top from Joshua Ward to penetrate and finish the layup. It's a 16-point lead for Cal State Fullerton. 3.5 to play. Left wing Gavin Sykes back to the basket beyond the 3-point line. Tries to pass him at Masturovic and it goes right out of bounds. So that momentum that the Beach had found coming out of the last timeout gets squandered just as fast. It's a 16-point lead for Cal State Fullerton. We hit the final media timeout of the game. 3 minutes and 21 seconds left. And Fullerton is in the driver's seat.
Yeah, no surprise. 18 turnovers for the Beach across 2 halves of basketball now. Long Beach, for most of the second half, couldn't break the 10-point threshold. They've put up 21 in the second half. Fullerton have put up 29 over the past 16 and a half minutes. It has been pure domination from Cal State Fullerton. Even though we might have seen flashes of what Long Beach State have been able to offer this season, it was not sustainable by any means as the Titans continue to roll and they look destined to take this 15-mile rivalry.
Be right back for the end of the 15-mile rivalry game here in the Titan Gym. 66-50, Titans ahead on 22 West Radio. Three minutes and 21 seconds to play here in the Titan Gym. It's 66-50. Cal State Fullerton ahead. We mentioned the two games that have gone final from around the Big West tonight. The other one that is still live other than this game is UC Irvine ahead of UC Riverside, 60-38 up in Riverside. So the tied for first place, UC Irvine Anteaters well ahead in that one. The other game tonight will not be tipping off until 9 o'clock, so about 13 minutes from now in Hawaii. Cal State Bakersfield out there to take on the Rainbow Warriors.
Yeah, two teams at the top of the Big West in action, and UC Irvine and Hawaii. They've got a nationally televised matchup coming up in a few weeks. Looks like it's going to be those two battling for the Big West regular season title down the stretch.
Cal State Fullerton inbounding out of the timeout. The Beach now on a full court press. Ball tipped in the backcourt. Ward went to the ground, but Williams able to corral it. Now Cofield on the wing will slow it down. Getting pressured by Rob Diaz. Now passes off to Ward. Cole Farrell comes up to provide pressure. 15 on the shot clock. Near 3 minutes to go. Ward passes to De Luna up at the top of the key. De Luna passes off to Cofield. Cofield moves around to the three-point line. Takes a long two from the top of the key. No good. Petar Masturovic has the rebound for the Beach. He takes it across himself, trying to go coast to coast. Dumps off to Farrell. Farrell spins back past the Sykes. He goes to the wing for Diaz. And now a foul will be called in the painted. Oh, no, that isn't a foul. It's Petar Masturovic who's down on the baseline. He was screaming down the floor, tried to go coast to coast after his rebound on the other end. Radice went up in the key, dumped off a pass to Farrell, and then went down hard. He's holding his left knee. Not a good sight here. Petar Masturovic still down on his back on the baseline.
Masturovic trying to get assistance from the training staff saying, I'm good. He, as you mentioned, Bruce, was screaming down the floor, planted as he passed it off to Farrell and landed awkwardly. Able to get up and walk off with minimal assistance. Now back to the bench.
Minimal assistance, but a heavy limp for Petar Masturovic as he heads back towards the bench. Has to get directed out of the team huddle to sit down, holding his left knee. Not a great sight there as he'll be attended to, the preliminary testing being done by Long Beach State's athletic trainer on the bench.
Masturovic tonight, 8 points, 7 rebounds, close to a double-double, but nowhere near where we've seen him over the past 2 weeks, where he's been putting up 20-point performances, consistent scoring. If that is the last action for him tonight, it will break a streak of 6 straight games where he scored 10 or more.
66-50, Cal State Fullerton ahead as we'll take a quick break here on 22 West Radio. Long Beach has the ball out of the break. Petr Masturovic being led right back to the locker room. Rob Diaz up, passes to the right wing for Cole Farrell. Farrell back to Diaz, takes a three from the top of the key, no good off the back iron. Leopold Levelon had it for a moment, but the rebound taken away by Cofield. Bryce Cofield takes the ball across, standing on the left wing, passes off to Ward. 2 minutes and 20 seconds to go, 16-point lead still for the Titans as this one is getting close here for Long Beach to have any chance at a comeback. Joshua Ward standing in front of the logo, Isaiah Lewis pressuring. Now Ward driving onto the block, throws it up, and it's stolen by Cole Farrell. It was almost a lob pass that got thrown up. Dallas Washington passes to the corner for Rob Diaz. Washington sets the screen. Diaz up to the wing. Now passes up to the top of the key for Levelon. Handoff goes to Cole Farrell. Farrell out to the corner for Washington. He takes the three and gets it to go. Dallas Washington with a nice shot there. Chris Acker will call timeout after the Beach cut the lead down to 13.
Yeah, as you mentioned, running out of time, and an update on Petr Masturovic was heading back to the locker room. Stopped the trainer, said, let me try to run on it, let me try to walk on it. Jumped up and down a few times, ran up and down the small section of hallway right in between the stands, and now he's back in this huddle, wants to be around his team for the final minute 47 here.
Chris Acker calls timeout. If this result does hold where it looks like it will, with a 13-point lead for the Titans, the Beach will be turning the page towards Saturday. They're hosting UC Santa Barbara, who we mentioned earlier in the broadcast pulled off a resounding victory against Cal Poly, a 40-point win for the Gauchos. UC Santa Barbara, with that one, improved to 5-3. The Gauchos were one of the 4 teams that Long Beach was tied with heading in to the day. So that'll be a big game on Saturday now. If Long Beach is not able to win this one, for the Beach to be able to get tied again in the standings with UC Santa Barbara.
UC Santa Barbara really a team that came into this season with such high hopes. They were getting national attention to start the season. Since then, they've really tapered off. They haven't been able to find their form, but it was a thriller when Long Beach went up to meet Santa Barbara in the Thunderdome. An overtime game that went the way of the Gauchos as Long Beach went cold from the floor in the overtime period. Chris Acker's team are going to look to get their get back this weekend.
That was the very first conference game of the season, all the way back on December 4th. Then a tumultuous road this season for the Beach. It started not so good, still lingering feelings of that team from last year that lost 15 games in a row to end the schedule. Now they turned it around, have won 4 of 5 before this one tonight. Long Beach in a full court press out of the timeout. Williams passes into the front court for De La Cruz Monegro, and then a foul will be called against Isaiah Lewis. He thought he poked the ball loose clean, but instead it's a foul against the Beach to send Cal State Fullerton to the free throw line again.
Yeah, 10th team foul now for Long Beach State. And Fullerton could put this game on ice from the free throw line. They certainly deserved it. Coach Taylor talking about the culture of winners he brought in. This has to feel very familiar for a lot of the players on this roster who had such success in high school. The incoming freshman class, 7 freshmen on the roster. Some big contributions from some of them tonight.
First free throw up and good. De La Cruz Montenegro shooting 2 of them. Double bonus for the Titans.
Freshman on the floor. Williams, 6 points tonight. Cofield has stepped up in the second half with 7. All in all, 14 new faces on the roster for Fullerton this season.
Second free throw also good from Monegro. So he's on the night up to 16 points. Isaiah Lewis on the right wing passes to Dallas Washington. Now to Diaz on the left side. Minute and a half to play. Leopold Levelon up at the top. Dribbles twice. Hands off to Cole Farrell. Farrell crossover. Drives to the right block. Throws up a floater. Off the glass and in. Plus a foul. Cole Farrell will go to the free throw line with a chance for a 3-point play.
Cole Farrell, a little bit of fight left in his lungs here. Looks for a 3-point play. With that bucket, gets up to 3 points. Sorry, make that 5 points on the night. Just 2 of 9 from the field, 3 rebounds, 2 assists on his line in 29 minutes of action. The starters have gotten the lion's share of the minutes tonight. And Farrell is no exception.
Farrell makes the free throw, so he converts the 3-point play. Beach will make a sub. Dallas Washington goes back to the bench. JJ Tchaikovsky into the game. Washington checks out with some frustration. Talking over towards his coaching staff. True freshman. Williams takes a cross, passes to the corner for Cofield, then gets it right back on the wing. Minute and 17 seconds to play. 12-point lead for the Titans. Rob Diaz pressuring Williams up in front of the logo. Christian Williams, a true freshman from St. Louis. 10 to shoot, now gets a screen, moves to his left, passes off to Seaman. He goes to the corner for Cofield. Cofield drives into the key, put the ball on the floor, went to the ground to get it, now passes off. It's rolling around again, and it'll be a steal for Isaiah Lewis. 2-on-1. Lewis lost the ball, passes off to the wing. Farrell takes a three and gets it to go. Long Beach State cuts it down to a single-digit lead. Clock kept running as there was a timeout called, so they'll put a little bit back on. It looks like about 48 seconds would be my guess. It's showing 46.5. They're resetting the clock now. They're putting it at 49. So 49 seconds left, a 9-point lead for the Titans. The Beach now a spot where they need to force some turnovers. Inbounder is De La Cruz Monegro. He gets the Ward, getting double teamed along the baseline. He dribbles out of it. Now along the base or along the sideline, a foul gets called against Cole Farrell. So they'll go down to the other end of the floor for free throws. Joshua Ward to take them. Leading score tonight at 19 points for the Titans.
Joshua Ward has been outstanding, and he's also been perfect from the free throw line. 4 for 4. Just 2 rebounds shy of a double-double, 4 assists and 4 steals as well. He set the tone coming into this 15-mile rivalry and has stayed consistent throughout.
Ward shooting 2, 4 for 4 from the free throw line tonight, makes the first. So he's got 20 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists, and 4 steals. 38 minutes on the floor. A very impressive game here for the senior, originally from Memphis. Second free throw also good, so it's out to an 11-point lead with 44 seconds left. Went just about on ice. Rob Diaz dribbles across, gets a screen, now steps back on the left wing, drives into the painted area, flips it up and in off the glass. Good finish from Rob Diaz. 34 seconds, inbound goes to Landon Seaman. Dribbles right across the half-court line and then gets fouled by Leopold Levalon. It's the 4th personal against Levalon, and it'll send Landon Seaman, the 57% free throw shooter, to the line.
And the bench looking awfully thin for Long Beach State at the moment. Gavin Sykes continues to be seated towards the end of it. Dallas Washington and Petar Mastorovich in conversation. Shea Johnson Jr. between them.
It looks like it's some frustrated talk from Mastorovich. First free throw good from Seaman as he's trying to direct the true freshman Dallas Washington. Shea Johnson Jr. also looks like he's in that conversation. A couple veterans over there. Petar Mastorovich, only a sophomore, but absolutely operates like a veteran. Second free throw, no good off the back iron. Tchaikovsky has the rebound. The shot clock is off, 25 seconds left, and 10-point lead for the Titans. Rob Diaz steps into the key, lays it up, no good. Along the baseline, rebound tracked down by Ward. He'll dribble out, take it across the half-court line. The shot clock is off, and the Beach will allow Ward to just dribble this thing out. So Titan Gym gets loud again. It was a heck of an environment in here tonight, as Cal State Fullerton will win the first iteration of the 15-mile rivalry this season. These two teams will play again back at the LBS Financial Credit Union Pyramid on February 12th. So Beach will have a chance to get their revenge. For now, Long Beach State has their 3-game winning streak broken. They fall to 4-4 in Big West play. Cal State Fullerton now 4-5 in conference games.
For the first time in 4 years and 3 days, the home team takes away a win in the 15-mile rivalry. Cal State Fullerton, no less than they deserve, kept the pedal to the metal for 40 minutes here in their home gym, forcing 17 turnovers for Long Beach State. Gavin Sykes leads the way. 20 points for him. Rob Diaz, 15 points. Gets a few in garbage time, but nobody else for Long Beach State scores more than 10. Cal State Fullerton can walk away from this game encouraged, looking to climb the standings towards the back half of Big West Conference play. They've got their sights set on a return to the Big West Conference tournament for the first time in 3 years.
Joshua Ward, the leading scorer for the Titans, had a fantastic game. 21 points, 9 rebounds, 4 assists, and 4 steals. He leads the way. Cal State Fullerton wins 71-61 on their home floor. The Beach will head back to the pyramid now as you see actually Gavin Sykes with a bit of a limp as he heads back towards the locker room, limping on his right leg. Petar Mastorovich exited the game early with a left knee injury, so the Beach looking to be a little banged up as they head back to the pyramid. They'll have a day off tomorrow, and then they'll play against UC Santa Barbara at home at 4 p.m. on Saturday. We'll be on the call for that one. A big game coming up for Long Beach State to try and get back above 500 in conference play.
And you better believe February 12th is going to be circled on the calendars of everybody in the Long Beach State locker room. A chance for revenge as Fullerton soak up the applause from both ends of the floor, both student sections embracing the team in gray tonight. And Long Beach looks to get back on track against the Gauchos.
Titans win 71-61, and that'll do it for us here at the Titan Gym. For JayDe Beaudry next to me, Alex Prado on the board, as well as our traveling photographers, Amaya Zhao and Brianna Wongsu Pongpan. I'm Bruce Kuntz, and this has been Long Beach State Men's Basketball on 22 West Radio, broadcasting live at 88.1 FM, KKJZ, HD3, Long Beach. We'll be back on the air tomorrow at 7 o'clock for Beach Men's Volleyball against Fort Valley State. As I said, it'll be a doubleheader on Saturday as Beach Men's Basketball plays at 4 p.m. against UC Santa Barbara. There will also be a men's volleyball game after that one. So busy weekend for us. Hope you'll join us for those games, and thanks for listening.